Welcome to the latest FOC video. That's right, guys. This is the weekly video where I share with you all the latest, the greatest, the newest comic books getting ready to hit store shelves. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. This is Comic Book Corner 2.0. And if you love daily comic book content and you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and you've been watching for a while and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do that now. Guys, we got a lot of comic books getting ready to come out in about a month from now. So if there's anything on this list that I share with you that you like, please let your comic book shop now because you don't want to miss out. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, so here we go. We're kicking it off with Marvel, and we have the event that's going to take place through pretty much a long time, I guess, and it affects the entire Marvel universe, guys. This is One World Under Doom. This is issue 1 of 9. Again, if you don't like events, affecting the entire Marvel universe, well, you might want to skip this one. But Doctor Doom is a pretty cool character. It's been 6 months since he's become the Sorcerer Supreme, and now it looks like things are going to be in effect for Doctor Doom here. My thing that I'm curious about is this going to change things in the Marvel Universe for the better? Because I feel like Marvel is kind of a sinking ship right now, and they haven't come out with some really great comic books in a while, and things need to change. So if anybody that can change it would be Sorcerer Supreme Doom. So I am looking forward to it. We'll see if it does do things for the better for Marvel Comics, and we'll go from there. And then we have Red Hulk. This is issue 1. So you got Thunderbolt Ross, who's in like a cell underground, and it looks like Lord Doom has possession of him, and he might be released. And also there's going to be Machine Man and Deathlock in this comic book. So if you're looking for some fun Red Hulk action, plus to get you pumped for the movie, this is going to be the book for you. That's a pretty badass looking cover right there. So yeah, and then check out all the variant covers if you're a variant cover collector. All right, and then we got probably unlikely book for a lot of people to buy, but it is cool for the younger audience. We have Marvel Mutt, and this looks like it covers issues 1 through 12 of this series that came out. So that's a pretty cool thing for a younger audience, especially maybe if you're a dog lover. And then we have a series that I actually like. This is All New Venom issue 3, just because I like how Al Ewing is kind of like, I hear you fans, and I hear you fans hate Paul. So we're going to make Dylan hate Paul in this comic book as well. And I absolutely love that. And my theory from the very start, after I read issue 1, or when I saw Paul in issue 1 of Venom, I thought he is Venom. I think he has a symbiote. That's my prediction there. And I think Mary Jane is going to wind up hating Paul because he does have the Venom symbiote, and they're going to kill him off. That's my hope there, right? So, yeah. All right, so then we got Amazing Spider-Man issue 67, continuing the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. And listen, the last issue was pretty cool as we get to see, Spider-Man always caring for life, or I should say Peter Parker. And then he just gets kind of this weight on his shoulders about how everybody is dying. And, what's the point because everyone dies? And it was just this thing that this demon just kind of kept putting on, and now he's kind of like, well, if everyone's gonna die anyway, why should I care? And I thought that was actually kind of cool, Listen, it's not the best story in the world. I think it's obviously a placeholder story until Joe Kelly gets going with his run, but we'll see where this continues to go. And then we have a book that I'm not going to continue. This is Cable, Love, and Chrome issue 1, as he shares this, this thing that the techno-organic virus with this female they have in common here. I didn't find the first issue interesting at all, so I'm just going to pass on that. Then we have Daredevil, Daredevil Unleash Hell, Red Band, number 2 of 5. The first issue of this was okay. but it wasn't the greatest for me. I loved seeing Daredevil Elektra in actual Hell's Kitchen, kind of taking on the drug lords and things like that. Then she comes across Muse in the series, and it just kind of got weird for me. Like, I didn't even understand what was going on in there. This Red Band stuff is more gimmicky than anything. There's a lot of other comics out there, especially Marvel comics, that are a lot more bloodier than these Red Band books. So, don't fall for the extra money saying that it's Red Band. And then we have Deadpool. This is issue 11. Really great series, as we're getting to see father and daughter work together once again. And finally, Cody Ziegler is now putting these guys together, putting Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Deadpool together, and they're going to be crossing over. So this is part 1 of that story arc. So I'm definitely very much looking forward to that. I think he's written a very good Deadpool series, and he's written a very good Miles Morales Spider-Man series as well. However, it's been a little bit of a stall because of the whole Blood Hunt thing, but he's trying to get his stories lined up. Then we have Deadpool Wolverine. This is issue 2. This was my example here. When it comes to Deadpool Wolverine, this story was way bloodier than that Elektra comic book, right? And the interactions between these two comics, between these two characters, were actually really cool. Deadpool is being possessed, I think, by Strife to do these missions, and Wolverine is trying to stop him from doing it. There's some really nice covers there. Then we have Magic. This is issue 2. Issue 1 was a phenomenal read. I really enjoyed it. Just got right down and dirty to the magic aspect. There's these seals that need to be closed up. And if not, then what happens is there's going to be this creature that comes out. She's teaming up with a young character in here. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely some great looking covers always when it comes to Magic. This one is gorgeous. Then we have Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. This is issue 5. I always get the two confused. Is this the one written by Jed MacKay? If it is, I actually like it. I think it's a pretty good book. This is the one where we got the whole drug lord coming in there, getting people high as kites, and they're moving in and on his territory. And then also we get the Midnight Mission, who has died, and they're trying to find a new place of operations. So really good stuff. Then we got New Champions issue 2. We had New Champions issue 1 come out this week. And the thing with this comic is it looks like there's going to be possibly a lot of characters in here. So who's going to be actually on the roster? We're not really sure, but it is an interesting read, and hopefully it doesn't suffer too much from just, characters having their own screen time here. But I did like it, and this, I think, might be, Marvel's way of trying to come up with a new Teen Titans. And then we have Psylocke issue 4. I think Psylocke's been a pretty decent series so far. I totally forgot. I don't even remember reading issue 3, though. I did read issues 1 and 2, and I liked it, so I must have missed out on issue 3. Always same thing, just like Magic. These are some great looking covers here. And then we got Sam Wilson, Captain America, issue 2 of 5. I wasn't a fan of that first issue, man. I just wasn't fond of just like floating cities in the air and, trying to protect them. And this guy was a traitor. Like, I don't know, it's dumb. So I'm not gonna read this one. That's a nice cover though. Really cool cover. All right, and then we got Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. This is issue 10. Same thing when it comes to this series. When it comes to Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, I don't see that the character has some great direction. I don't know a lot of people that are sitting there going, man, this Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider comic is just so good. And why did we need to take her out of her universe? There was no point in it. Just like Miles Morales, these characters were fantastic in their own universes. It doesn't matter. Why does every character have to be in the 616, right? So nevertheless, if you like it, hey, that's awesome, right? But just not for me, not my style of comic book. Just the series, I feel like a lot of people don't know what to do with her. Then we have Uncanny X-Men. This is issue 10. Pretty decent. I still have to read the latest issue of this, the Graham Malcolm finale there, with our teams crossing over, but pretty decent series. And here we get to see Professor Xavier on the cover, so it looks like he is like unleashed now, maybe from his prison. And then, speaking of Uncanny X-Men, we move on to X-Men issue 11, and this is the one where Ryan Stegman does the artwork, and then you got Jen McKay that's writing it. It has been better as of late. It started off a little bit slow, so we'll see, same thing, how this continues after this Graham Malcolm event, and then soon we're going to get all the X-Men comic books crossing over with an event as well. That's an interesting cover there, and then there's that one. All right, now we move on to DC finally. We got Absolute Superman, issue 4. Issue 3 sold me, guys, when it came to Absolute Superman. That book was freaking awesome. I like the Krypton stuff. I love Superwoman from Krypton. She is a badass, big-ass guns. She's got freaking armor suit, and how his family dies, obviously still yet to be determined there, but just great stuff here. Really been enjoying this book. And then we have Batgirl issue 4. I might be in the minority, but I find this book very repetitive. Like, how often is she going to be like, you're my mom, you're evil, you have this way of twisting things, don't twist things. And it's just like, it's just so repetitive. And I feel like we just got very little overall story progression. What made me keep reading this book was actually issue 2. And then issue 3, I felt like it regressed, you know? So again, I could be in the minority, but that's just how I feel when it comes to it. Beautiful cover right there. Then we move on to Batman issue 157. You know, we're getting towards the end of Chip Zdarsky's run. Here we're going to have Batman fight Commander Star. So yeah, pretty cool. It's been better than I think than when he had what was that? Batman Zur and Raw, whatever it was, you know, with absolute power. So that's a cool cover there as well. It looks like Scarecrow's on there too. So yeah, always some gorgeous covers when it comes to the Batman comic books. Then we have Birds of Prey issue 18. Never jumped back on board. That's a pretty nice cover too, with the 3 girls on there. Don't know what's going on, but if you like it, that's cool. There you got Black Canary on there, so that's cool. That's really nice as well. Then we have JSA issue 4. Man, I'm really bad when it came to this comic book. I read the first issue. The holidays came around. I never got around to reading issue 2 and 3, so it looks like I've fallen off JSA. Nothing against it. Nothing against Jeff Lemire. I think he's a great writer. But I want to know in the comments below, what do you guys think of JSA? Is it a stud? Is it a dud? Let me know in those comments below. And then we have Justice League, The Atom Project, issue 2 of 6. I read the first issue of this, and I just couldn't get into it. Just not my thing. I'm not an Atom fan. I don't know anything about the character, so that's probably the reason why I just really couldn't get into it. And I also wasn't really a fan of the artwork either. Then we have Poison Ivy issue 30. So here we got a decent amount of covers right there. Look at that Jenny Frison cover, man. That is awesome. That is beautiful. So when it comes to this comic book, I've been enjoying it. We're getting to see the struggles with Poison Ivy, having this cult that like recognizes her, and she's in this conflict. It's been really decent story so far. So we'll see the direction where that continues to go. And then, let's see, after that, we got the Indie Gems. That's right, guys. Have you checked out Indie Gems yet? No, of course not, because it's released tomorrow on Sunday. So check out the very first episode of that series, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. So let's see, we got Bronze Faces. Dude, does not look like the guy from Squid Games? The front man? Yeah, it definitely does. This is definitely a huge description here, so I'm going to have to check this one out to see what it has to offer. Definitely will be talked about on Worthy Ones, and I think this is from Boom. So yeah, there's some different variant covers for that. That's interesting, man. Then we got Graveyard Club Fresh Blood issue 1. This is another Boom comic book as well. So this is from R.L. Stine. So if you guys like R.L. Stine stuff, like you know, the guy who did Goosebumps, you'll definitely like this. This looks like a Stranger Things type of book. So that's kind of cool, man. Then we have Savage Tales Winter 2025 Special. This is issue 1. Issue 1? Am I right? Yeah, issue 1. That is a pretty awesome cover, man. Who you got? This barbarian has a baboon's head and some hot chick laying on the ground. Like, who does that? It's definitely in space. There's multiple moons. Oh, that's cool, man. You got Vampirella there. That's really nice. Red Sonja there. That's great covers. I might have to get one of those. Then you got Godzilla Heist Issue 1. What if you could predict when and where Godzilla would appear? What if you knew of the perfect opportunity to pull off the heist of the century? So does that mean capturing Godzilla? That would be weird, man. That is definitely interesting. Oh, that's funny. Speaking of Stranger Things, you got Stranger Things D&D Rise of Hellfire Issue 1. So it looks like we're going to get some Eddie action in this comic book, playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're a fan of the character, that definitely could be a lot of fun for you. Definitely a lot of covers there for this issue. And I'm looking forward to Stranger Things coming out this year. And then we have Cam Girl One Shot. So this is a girl by the name of Danny. She's independent. She loves to party and she makes a whole lot of money. Okay. That's interesting. Cam Girl. So maybe she's like, it's from AWA. So maybe she does like YouTube stuff. And then we have 27 Run Crash 1 of 3. So this looks like some kind of kaiju book with some mech going against it, right? So there you have it, webheads. There are all the comic books getting ready to hit store shelves very soon. So like I said, if there's something on that list that you liked, please let your shop know now or pre-order online so you don't miss out. And guys, if you love my content, please make sure you check it out. Click on it, watch it. Again, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about Indie Gems being released tomorrow. And as always, guys, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always read those comics, of course, so we can have great comic conversation. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.